Boop. Welcome to Top Deck City. My name is Grim, and it's been a while since I posted anything, so I figured today would be a good day to do that. Uh, you know, I think the reason why I've been kind of slacking with putting up content is because I started playing World of Warcraft again. Yeah, that's a time consumer, especially since I'm playing WoW Classic. But what I have today is just some random packs from recent sets. I got three Midnight Hunt draft boosters. Um, I got one of this set booster of Forgotten Realms, and a draft booster of Forgotten Realms, and a Modern Horizon 2 draft booster. So I'm going to crack these open, see what I get. I had recently watched the Tolarian Academy video on the was it the box opening of that the professor did, and man, it was depressing. He could not even get $100 worth of value out of um, some of the boxes, and it was that's a spoiler. Sorry about that. It was a depressing video. They did not put a lot of um, card value in this set. I don't know if that was on purpose, but even the commander decks are pretty mediocre to bad compared to the previous ones, which is sad because the D&D ones I thought were pretty good, especially the Rakdos one and the Bant one. They were excellent. I thought all the Strixhaven decks were pretty solid. In fact, the Strixhaven commander decks were so good. Like I only really use cards from the commander decks and very little cards from the actual set. Um, but yeah, so Innistrad Midnight Hunt, uh, almost no value at all in the set monetarily, but what a cool theme. And pretty much, if you don't pull Ren and Seven or the Meat Hook Massacre, or I guess the Teferi from a booster box, then you cannot. I think it's impossible for you to actually get the value of the box back based off of the other cards. You need to get one of those three cards to just possibly break even. That's how low the value is in this set. But man, what a cool theme! I love the Innistrad plane. I love the aesthetic. I love the story. Hopefully we get some cool cards. All right. I don't know the commons that well in this set, but I do know that there aren't any like ones that are like super cool like in the D&D set. There's that red one that lets you play a card off of the top four cards of your opponent's library. There's also that draw sack a creature, draw two cards, make a treasure. Like this is some cool commons in the D&D set, so I'm actually looking forward to opening those packs. All right, we got Dreadhound. Enters the battlefield, mill three cards. Whenever a creature dies or a creature card is put into a graveyard from a library, each opponent loses one life. 6 mana for a 6/6 though. That's kind of tough to play with. Seize the Storm. So we got 5 mana. Create a red elemental creature token with trample, and this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard, plus a number of cards with flashback you own in exile. Okay. Cool looking Baneblade Scoundrel. He's 4 mana for a 4/3 human rogue werewolf. Whenever Baneblade Scoundrel becomes blocked, each creature blocking it gets -1/-1 till end of turn, and he is daybound. And when he does the flippity do, Baneclaw Marauder. He's a 5/4. When he becomes blocked, each creature blocking it gets -1/-1 till end of turn. Whenever a creature blocking Baneclaw Marauder dies, that creature's controller loses 1 life. That's okay. Oh, I got a mythic. Spectral Adversary. 2 mana for a 2/1. Flash Flying Spirit. When Spectral Adversary enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 any number of times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, put that many +1/+1 counters on Spectral Adversary, then up to that many other target artifact, creatures, and enchantments phase out. Ooh, Sexy Plains and Sexy Ooze and whatever these are called. Token. Oh, what is this Ooze? I wonder what card makes this. He's coming out of a trash can. That's so funny. Man, look at the lands are super neat. I like the black and white lands. That's pretty cool. All right, pack number 2. Oh, they reprinted Duress and Standard. I'm sure everyone's happy about that. Alright. Dire Strain Brawler. I like these, the artwork on these alternate art cards. I think they're neat. Alright. Sunset Revelry. 2 mana. If an opponent has more life than you, gain 4 life. If an opponent controls more creatures than you, create 2/1/1 human creature tokens. If an opponent has more cards in hand than you, draw a card. Seems pretty legit for white. Man, what a good commander card. Huh. I like that. I'm going to put this in the deck after this game, or after this video. Sunrise Cavalier, 3 mana for a 3/3 trample haste. If it's neither day or night, it becomes day. The Sunrise Cavalier enters the battlefield. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Pretty boring Boros card. Spellrune Painter, 3 mana for a human shaman werewolf. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Spellrune Painter gets +1/+1 till end of turn, and he is day bound. And then the flippity doo. Spellrune Howler, 3/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Spellrune Howler gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Alright, whatever. Ghoulcaller Harvest. 2 mana. Create X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens with Decayed, where X is half the number of creature cards in your graveyard rounded up, and it's got flashback. That's cool. It would be so much cooler if it was instant speed, but a swamp. Those are nice looking. A zombie with Decayed. And this thing. Alright. Nothing great. A couple of cool cards. That white card was the coolest card I pulled so far, in my opinion. Alright. Plummet. Secret of the Key. What's that do? Investigate. The spell is cast from a graveyard. Investigate twice instead. That's neat. For 1 mana. Instant. I like that. Alright. Nebelgast Intruder. 3 mana, flash, flying, 2/1. When Nebelgast Intruder enters the battlefield, up to 1 target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-0. I hate these cards. Defend the Celestis. 4 mana, instant. Distribute 3 +1/+1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures you control. Not too bad. I like that. Mystic Skull. Yeah, it's a skull. 2 mana, artifact. Pay 1 and add 1 mana of any color, so that's a filter. And then 5, and then you can transform it, and it becomes a dude. Mystic Monstrosity. It's a 5/6. Lands you control have tapped to add 1 mana of any color. That's not bad. Could find some use for that. Curse of Shaken Faith. 2 mana, enchant player or a curse. Whenever enchanted player casts a spell other than the first spell they cast each turn or copies a spell, Curse of Shaken Faith deals 2 damage to them. That's dumb. Instant. I mean, I guess it's okay for beating up on Simic players, but alright. Nothing good there. Moving on to the D&D. Let's do the draft booster next. Still looking for Old Gnawbone. Most busted card in the set and most busted card printed since the Great Henge. Alright. Oh, Minimus Containment. This is good. I like this card. That's a good common. Yeah, the commons in this set I really liked a lot. I didn't initially, and then I started like playing with them, and I was like, oh man, these are pretty good commons. Like this cool ass Evolving Wilds. Alright, Lightfoot Rogue. So he is 2 mana. He's got Sneak Attack. Whenever Lightfoot Rogue attacks, roll a d20. 1 through 9, he gains Death Touch. 10 through 19, he gets +1/+0 and gains Death Touch on a turn. And the 20, he gets +3/+0 and gains First Strike and Death Touch. That's pretty busted, First Strike and Death Touch. But you got to roll at 20. Aberrant Mind Sorcerer, 5 mana for a 3/4. When Aberrant Mind Sorcerer enters the battlefield, choose target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard, then roll a d20. A 1 through 9, you may put that card on top of your library, and a 10 through 20, you put it in your hand. So it's a shittier mnemonic wall. Warlock class, this card is pretty sweet. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, each opponent loses 1 life. Love that. For 1 mana. Enchantment. For 2 to level it up. When this class becomes level 2, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Pretty good. And 7 to level 3. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. Awesome. That's a win condition there. Triumphant Adventurer. 2 mana for a 1/1 Death Touch Human Knight. He's human and he's a knight, so he can go in, what is it, Rin? Or whatever her name is. The Mardu Knight Commander. As long as it's your turn, Triumphant Adventure has first strike. Whenever Triumphant Adventure attacks, venture into a dungeon. And the Swamp, and the Spider. Ooh, a Loth Spider. Alright, nothing great. Moving on to the set booster. Oh, I guess this is going to be weird. Or something. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, Pixie Guide. Zombie Ogre. Oh, there's an uncommon Blue Dragon. When Blue Dragon enters the battlefield, it does that thing I hate. The minus to attack and not defense. Hunter's Mark. When this spell costs 3 or less to cast, if it targets a blue permanent, this card pisses me off too because this is not what the spell does in D&D. So spell can't be countered. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Then it deals damage equal to its power to target creature. What this should say is 1 green mana, all permanents lose hexproof and shroud. Boom, done. All right. Instant speed. Tiger, Tribe Hunter. Oh, what is this card? Sucks, probably. 5 mana for a 4/4 trample. Whenever Tiger, Tribe Hunter attacks, if you attack with a creature with power 6 or greater, this combat you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, Tiger, Tribe Hunter deals damage equal to the sacrifice creature's power target. So it's kind of like a fling. Ranger Hawk. This guy's actually not too bad. The 1 mana for mole and flying, and he has to venture into a dungeon mechanic. Skeletal Swarming, 5 mana. Each skeleton you control has trample. Why couldn't this be mono black so I could put it in Tiny Bones? This is fucking stupid. It's in Golgari. Attacks each combat if able and gets +X/+0, where X is the number of skeletons you control. At the beginning of your end step, create a tapped 1/1 black skeleton creature token. If a creature died this turn, create 2 of those tokens instead. Alright, whatever. Stupid. Hey! Alright. Some redeeming here. I got the salt-inducing Xanathar Guild Kingpin. He is 6 mana for a Beholder, and he's a 5/6. I actually don't have this card, so I'm happy about this. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose target opponent. Until the end of turn, that player can't cast spells. You may look at the top card of their library anytime. You may play the top card of their library. And you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast spells this way. I would never, ever, ever, ever in a million years play this as a commander, but he is going in the 99 of a couple of decks, if that I can use him in, because this card is such salt, but man, it's cool and he looks awesome. And hold on a second. He's like a big deal. He's got his own book, Xanathar's Guide to Everything. So I think this is a cool card, even though it's not my style, but I'm definitely going to use it. And I got an Angel token. All right. On to the Modern Horizons 2 booster. I've not had a lot of luck with this set. I think Scalding Tarn, I think, was the best card I pulled. Which, it's a good card, but there's other stuff in here I wish I got instead. All right. Moving on. These lands are awesome, too, by the way. All right. Fey Offering. At the beginning of each end step, if you cast both a creature spell and a non-creature spell this turn, create a clue token, a food token, and a treasure token. That shouldn't be too hard for green. Spreading Insurrection. 5 mana. Gain control of target creature you don't control until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste on the turn, and it has Storm. Pretty awesome. Blossoming Calm. 1 mana. You gain hexproof until the end of your next turn and gain 2 life, and has Rebound. And another Scalding Tarn. Fuck yeah. I was so pissed off that I got this shitty Shardless Agent again as a rare in the rare slot, and then boom, Scalding Tarn. So yes, that was a win. All right, well, thanks for watching. Those last 2 packs definitely hit a home run there. Getting Xanathar and Scalding Tarn is pretty sweet. All right, see you soon.